Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to another edition of Lisa Renee TV. If you have not yet subscribed to the channel, what are you waiting for? Go ahead and make sure today, before you leave, to subscribe to the channel. Click the like button if you do like what you see. Make sure to share on all your social media networks that you happen to be on at this time. And once again, welcome back. Alright, so let's jump right into the video tonight. It's always a pleasure to be back in front of the camera, as always. Alright, so, tonight's topic. So, Miss Kanika Jenkins, 19-year-old, I know you guys have probably seen it by now, at least most of you have, especially if you live in my city, Chicago. So Kanika Jenkins, a 19-year-old, she was out with her friends, partying. This happened a few days ago. A tragic story. So supposedly, she's at the Crown Plaza Hotel, in Rosemont. So it's like near the airport. And she's partying with her friends like any normal, 19-year-old girl would do, right? So situation normal, all fouled up happened, and it basically turned tragic when supposedly they find her 24 hours later after the party is over with. Friends couldn't find her, and they claim that her body was found in a freezer, that apparently she walked into the freezer and died. So it's just been a big firestorm in the media, and people are trying to figure out what exactly happened to this teenager, because the story, it's not sounding all that great. So I when I heard it, it sounded like the first time I saw the story was on Facebook on my timeline, and I'm looking, I'm like, wait, what? So it was kind of strange because I didn't really think it was one of those, I didn't think it was real for a second. And, Facebook has all kind of crazy stuff on your timeline. You're like, oh, wait a minute. So I didn't really click on it then, but I kept hearing stuff about it. And then my grandma said something to me about it, so I was like, okay, so it's definitely a real story. Because I couldn't fathom it, like she walked into a freezer. I'm like, why would she walk into a freezer? So, I mean, people don't walk into freezers on a daily basis, for the fun of it. Something happened to the girl. So I already was like under the guise that something foul had happened to this girl, something horrible. So I kept thinking that somebody murdered her and just put her body in the freezer. That's usually how people's bodies end up in freezers, at least in the movies, like somebody murders them, puts them in the body post-mortem. But apparently, the freezer was the cause of death. So then I'm like, well, how did she end up, she's a live woman, and then next minute she's dead because she was walking to the freezer. Then I felt like she'd been pushed. So I had to do a little digging to find out what happened. So went to the ABC7.com website, and I looked and just found a little information. So today I found out they had surveillance video of it. So I was like, great, I can look into this story a little bit more. So I watched a few clips. Neither of the clips are short. They're like maybe 30 seconds to a minute, maybe a minute 15 seconds, minute 18 seconds. But none of the clips show her walking into a freezer, which is what her mother's lawyer, one of her lawyers, Larry Rogers Jr. was saying. He's like, all of these clips that I've gotten, and he said, I gotten the clips. I haven't gotten the whole thing, which is like her lawyer's main complaint. Both of her lawyers were both complaining like, well, we have yet to see all of the footage. I mean, they were livid because they have not gotten a lot of corroboration from the hotel and neither the police. It's like, it's like they're fired up about it, her mom and the two lawyers, and it's like, because the two lawyers are doing an independent investigation aside, from the police, of course. And so in a lot of cases like this, you'll find they'll do the initial police investigation, then the family will have someone do an independent investigation. So this is what's going on now. And so the police are not being very cooperative with the lawyers. Neither is Crown Plaza Hotel. And so they were like uncooperative from jump with her mom. Like her mom, also her mother, Teresa Martin, she just underwent, she had breast cancer, had a double mastectomy just 2 weeks ago. And notice I'm wearing the Fight Breast Cancer shirt in honor of her. So, you know, definitely my respects to her, and rest in peace to Kanika. So, I mean, it's very painful. Like, this woman just underwent a double mastectomy 2 weeks ago, and then she has to drive down to Rosemont, get in her car 2 weeks after she just underwent a double mastectomy for breast cancer, gets in her car, drives down to Rosemont, goes up to the hotel desk and asks, well, can you look at the footage and find my daughter? I believe she's on the premises. My daughter is here. I know she's here. She hasn't left. Can you help me? And she gets nothing but pushback from the hotel staff. And it's still getting pushback today. Now, just today, during the press conference, I watched the 20-minute press conference, which I'll leave links below in the more info box as always. They have agreed to allow the lawyers to take a look at the whole entire footage. They just not agreed to do that. But up until now, they have not really, they've kind of been real nonchalant about it, kind of cavalier, and kind of, it's like they're, you know, they kind of just, you know, it's a seesaw. It's up and down. They kind of was playing around, like whatever. I mean, they're not caring. Nobody seems to care except for, you know, her mother and the lawyers. But other than that, the police and the hotel are like, okay, you know, and it's just really bizarre. But they're really dragging their feet on it for some reason, which leads me to believe that there's something else going on that they're not saying. That's the reason why they're both dragging their feet. And they don't want to send out. They don't want to give this video footage that they're, you know, kind of holding on to. So the only video footage in the clips, she's kind of staggering about, and I'll, you know, drop the info so you all can see the clips too for yourself if you haven't seen them already. She's staggering about in the hallway. She's kind of just staggering around. She comes off of the elevator and just staggers about in several clips. She's staggering. It's like maybe two, three, 4 clips, maybe 5 clips. She's staggering about. Finally, there's a clip where she walks into a kitchen. She walks into a kitchen, goes down towards the back, and goes into another, you know, part of the kitchen, and then you lose sight of her. After that, the clip is over. That's the last clip. So that's the clips so far. The ones that we saw, that's what the lawyers have too. They don't have any other clips, not as of now. And it is crazy because it's supposed freezer that she walked into. You never see her walk into anything. I'm like, where the freezer come into play? So here's what I think. I just feel that she was murdered by someone, you know, sadly, and stuffed into the freezer, you know, pushed into the freezer. Because, like I said in the beginning of the video, that's what people do. You know, that's what people do to get rid of bodies or whatever, what have you. But then the autopsy report will have to show, you know, the medical examiner can tell you whether or not it was like a homicide or, you know, like what really happened. They can tell you whether it was foul play. The police don't, they say there's no foul play. We don't believe there's any foul play. But then who believes the word they're saying? Because the way they're dragging their feet, you know, it's like, and that's why, hence why people open up independent investigations beside police investigations, because sometimes where there's foul play, if police have a hand in it, or if they, you know, got, maybe they didn't do anything themselves, but they kind of got, you know, they cool with a certain person trying to protect somebody, they will not move, or it may be other reasons like prejudices, biases, or different reasons why they will not, you know, move, or they will be very sluggish and they will not solve certain cases as quickly as they won't put their all into it, you know, and lose sleep over certain cases like they will others. You know, it's this point, like, you know, Point blank in a period, they just will not. They will not do that, for certain cases, and that's why you have to have other outside people to help you. So the Crown Plaza Hotel has 47 cameras that capture 36 hours of surveillance footage. So the two questions that are on the table, the questions are, how did she end up dead, and why did it take over a day and a half to find her? We're still trying to figure out. A big hotel here, a big well-known hotel. This ain't no hole in the wall. Why in the world would it take y'all a day and a half? Supposedly the freezer was a freezer that was on, but it was not in use. It was like a freezer where they don't really use it anymore. And I guess something's wrong with it or something. That's why it's down there in the basement, off to the side. But still, like, a janitor didn't come down there, or they gotta have like somebody at the hotel staff that come and check things on a regular basis, like a maintenance man or woman or whatever. Like nobody knew anything. I just don't understand. And then I know she was disoriented, but she didn't make any kind of noise. She just fell into the freezer and just said nothing. I mean, it just was bizarre that no one saw her. She was just off in an area. And then anytime there are cameras means there's a security guard watching those monitors. I'm like, somebody had to have seen this girl. I just think it's crazy. So, her body was found in the basement walk-in freezer early Sunday morning, 24 hours after she was seen at the party with her friends. Drugs and alcohol were present at the party, said the police. Okay. Now, they made sure to get that tidbit in there. Like, she was drunk. She probably was. And she was staggering about like she was intoxicated or something. Who knows if she it was voluntary, her status of being intoxicated, or someone drugged her. We don't know. Reporter for ABC News Andrew Holmes said it looked like she was trying to find her way back upstairs to the lobby and was checking doors to find her way. Which that's what it looked like when you watch the video. She's going from door to door, wall to wall, trying to figure out. She's looking around, trying to find her way. She's lost, is what it is. She doesn't know where she is, and she can't remember, because when you're intoxicated, you're like, your brain is not functioning like it should be. So she's trying to find out where the heck she is. Protesters have been lined up outside the hotel demanding more police transparency investigations. They suspect a cover-up, much like I do. Hotel offered to pay for Jenkins' funeral. No word on whether or not her mom was going to let them pay for it. Teresa Martin, her mother, held a press conference with her attorneys, Larry Rogers Jr. and Sam Adams Jr., urging hotel and police to release all the video footage. So it's just crazy, I think that there is foul play, though the police already have said there is no foul play. We don't suspect anything wrong. If there is not any foul play, I feel like it's just it's an unfortunate situation where a woman went to a party and got a little intoxicated and got lost in the hallway. Unfortunately, something happened. Unfortunately, she got lost, went off by herself. And she may have walked into a freezer. It happens. But it's a strange thing, but it could happen. Freak things happen. It's like when somebody walks out into traffic or something like that. I mean, it's very possible. But what it's not adding up is that she walked into a freezer. Yes, okay, fine, it happened. But it took too long for her to get aid, like for her to be in the freezer that long, and nobody notices that she's in the freezer, and her mom comes down, and nobody tries to help her. Like, we like, whatever. I mean, what? Like, nobody cares. Like, a mother comes to you and she's like, frantic, like panic. Oh my God, my daughter's on the premises. I haven't heard from her. I know she's here. Can you please just check your cameras? Just check your cameras to find out, and you fan her off. I mean, anytime you do something like that, it just tells me that there's something else going on. There's someone else who you're trying to protect. You don't need to be protecting this person, but you are. You're protecting a scumbag, a schmuck, who probably did something that he or she wasn't supposed to do, and I just feel like we're going to find out more as this case unfolds. It's going to be more unfortunate news, how this young lady, spent her last hours, her last minutes, and I just don't believe that it was all in a freezer. I feel like that probably was post-mortem. You know, but I think I hope she didn't suffer much, but I just feel like something stupid happened. Like she ran into the wrong person down there in that kitchen. And something crazy happened. It could have been an accident, and the person frantic and got panicked and just pushed her in the freezer. And I'm like, okay, I don't know why you out for that, but you know. And then they figured, well, she ain't bleeding, so I can just say she walked into it. You know, who cares? You know, so you know. But anyway, what do you guys think happened? I'd love to hear it. Drop it in the comments below. Let me know what you think of the video. Make sure you like, share, comment, subscribe, and all that good stuff. And the biggest thing I want you to do that y'all don't want you to forget to do is to have a blessed night. Yes. All right. I love you guys so much, and I will talk to you later. Bye.